Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nak here, and we are back with episode 11 of Mark of the Ninja. Now, in the last video, we just left off on a little bit of a sad but interesting cliffhanger where Azai just betrayed us by having weaponry sent from Hesiod in the past levels that we faced. Now we're in Tabriz to find Dosan because he came here to look at the tattoos and the inks and the needles that he's made. So this is the place. It looks pretty dead. But ladies and gentlemen, we have some traps here. We also have a blinking card. Now this stage is going to be a little bit obnoxious. So let's get started.
These bandits are tricky and ruthless. Watch out for traps. And whatever you do, don't get caught. They'll torture you for days and let the insects finish you off.
Now that sounds a little bit depressing, but we're going to try our best not to get caught. Now these traps right here are bombs, and if you get too close to them, they will blow up. However, you have to be really close in order to be detected by them. Now, as we come down this way, we're going to come to our artifact and also another bomb and some darts coming out the wall. All we have to do is jump over, press B, and collect the artifact. Now, if you collect it from the other side, the artifact will blow up with the bomb right next to it.
The wood is rotting. The stone is crumbling. Does anyone still live out here?
Probably not. Not anymore. It looks pretty deserted, ladies and gentlemen. We get another artifact, and we will also meet our new enemy type. So this enemy type is a little bit smarter than the previous enemies we faced. These are bandits. Now these bandits have night vision for the most part. Some of them don't, but we can use our distraction flare to easily slice and dice the enemy up, since that does blind them with our newly upgraded distraction flare. And I also upgraded it off screen. Now off screen I upgraded it to have detonation, so we have manual detonation, so that will be much easier, so we don't have to time it all the time. Now right here,
coming for you.
Boom, we already got two guys taken out, and there's going to be a third guy, and I'm going to try to make him come down here so he doesn't alert anyone else. So let's just throw a dart on him. I may have to do it a second time since he may stop. Yeah, I gotta do it a second time, otherwise I would be alerted right now. So luckily he will come down here and blow himself up on the bomb. Boom. An imperfect kill. So we got 3 imperfect kills. Not the best, but it is still good considering all things. And we can collect another artifact right down here. Now going to the right side is going to become sandy. There's nothing on the left side but more fallen debris and ceiling.
This stupid sand. I can't see a thing. There are more traps inside. Remember to use the mark of Farsight, so you'll know what you're getting into.
Are you out there? Someone is
Alright, or we will do that because Farsight is going to come really in handy. I'm going to be using it a lot more than I did in the previous stages. So let's just lower this guard over here so I can come back and stab him right in the back. Because that's where we're going to do to enemies, stab him right in the back. It may sound indecent, but we have to do what we have to do. We have been betrayed after all, and we're going to have to find out why. What was the point of this? I know it's about tradition, but really has our technology not lived up to anything? We have these powerful marks, but so far it seems like guns may be a bit better. Guns and armor may be the way, which kinda makes sense in a way, but it's still sad that we were misled in order to only kill ourselves in the end. So I'm going to take out this guard right here. This is the last guard. This is optional. You don't have to do any of this. I'm just doing this just to show you how to kill the guards and a little bit of the landscape, which is really interesting in this stage. However, if we come down our second tunnel, we will be faced with a bomb. Make sure you run quickly to avoid these darts. The same with this. It's going to activate the bottom one, and the last one is going to activate the top one so we can collect our scroll.
my confession.
This had better be good.
A voice in my ear gives excuses in the tongue I do not speak. It is hot, and I am sinking.
Even if something is really bad and you're hearing voices, you shouldn't always listen to it.
The half-dead rat hasn't broken yet. But give it time. He'll give me the tattoos. Not if I break him first.
Yeah, we're not going to let that happen. So let's drop this light on him and pull this all the way back to the left. And now we're going to jump down and continue to the right, which looks to be Dosan, apparently, hanging from there. Hopefully we didn't arrive too late, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Dosan.
When I got here, the bandits seized me. They tried to make me give them the marks. I refused. Oh, Dosan's not worth much. But I have my honor. You must save me. Find the key to unlock these chains, and find the tools they stole from me.
Alright, so we have some other objectives. It's still the same that we've seen before, but now we're going to have to do a little bit of multitasking, finding the tools, finding the needles, and also finding the keys to release Dosan so we can get the heck out of this place. So viewers, we're going to have some more enemies coming up. We are also going to have a little bit more traps. I'm going to see if I can destroy this light without alerting the guard.
That wasn't the way.
And that didn't go as planned, but that is still pretty good because I can come down here and alert this guard by standing in the light. Now when this guard comes down, I can hang down and come from above and take him out. And after that, I should be able to get across a little bit safely since there is no other guards down here. At least for the right side. There's still going to be a guard all the way down here that we're going to have to face. Now luckily he doesn't go and see that guy that I just dropped down, but we can take this guy out. Take a couple of these lights out. Now you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this just to make 100% sure I don't get caught. And we're also going to have to do some backtracking, getting that artifact as we come back all the way from finding the keys. Now these ceiling traps can kill you in one hit, so you want to be careful. Now there's going to be a guard down there who's going to be alerted by all this stuff that he's triggering. We're actually not triggering all these traps, he's walking past them. So in far sight we can see a little bit of the traps hanging from the ceilings. Really useful with the wiring. So after the guard is going to be alerted, he's going to go to the right side and trigger the trap itself. Boom! So that was a great and perfect kill. I'm not really sure if that was our doing or not. But ladies and gentlemen, coming to our event, we will come to our challenge room of the stage. From the lowest depths to the highest reaches. So we have spikes, spikes, and more spikes. Now we also have some platforms to get over. We have a light there that we don't have to do anything with. But this stage isn't as fearsome as you would think. We have to trigger these wires right here. So go up here, quickly jump over that one. And that is the hardest part of the stage. We just got past the hardest parts in the parts that I'm always dreading. So those two wires is really hard because these darts have a weird hitbox. The hitbox is slightly off in that it can kill you if you are directly close to it. Now that's going to trigger the darts over there, and we're just going to have to go to the left side here. Trigger that switch to bring the spikes down. The middle one will close those from killing us when we have to get to the scroll on the right side. And all we have to do is get to the right side, put the switch, and collect our scroll. That was pretty easy, viewers.
In the sand outside the fortress, I kneel. The blade in my hand shakes. I hold it to my chest, where the shame chokes me. I crave relief, but I force myself to drop the blade.
Force yourself to drop the blade. So I wonder, does Azai have any marks that he's been hiding, or I don't understand what's happening so far. Hopefully with our last scroll of the stage, we can find out what's been happening with all these seals and what all this ink is doing to everyone. So far everyone who's had the ink has been killed. Except for us. So there's not really a reason to kill yourself other than to have some honor there. But looking at what happened, it looks like we're not going to have any of that. We're going to be forever cursed with the marks. So there's going to be 2 guards up there to the left that I'm not going to worry about. I will, however, take this guy out and continue to the right so we can get the Sumi. Now our objective is going to be not to take any damage once we get to that point. And we also have some traps up there. We don't have to go up there. So if you went to the top first and wanted to get the keys or the needles, coming back this way, there is an optional way up there to, you know, trigger it. So there's a lot of different paths that you can take in these later stages. Now, jumping on those switches, as you can tell, will activate the spikes, but as long as we're careful, we should not activate any.
The Sumi is usually kept underground, in an airtight chamber. A chamber just like this one.
And our optional seal has been opened. And now we are going to try our best to achieve it without taking any damage. Restocking on some ammo and some supplies right there. And continuing to the right side. We will be able to trigger that trap. Now, the background items that we hide behind will also be able to blow up, so we're going to have to watch out for that. You can use your fire sight to see where the bombs are being placed. But taking that guy out right there, we don't have too many guys on the right side. We're just going to have to deal with 3. And we're also going to have to deal with not getting detected, but with our awesome distraction flare, we can take out the guys from far away. So let me get my distraction flare out and throw it. Bam! Now we got that guy out, and with our newly upgraded thing, we don't have to do the quick time event, which saves time. Now we have 2 guys over here, which I'm going to also take out. Taking out that light, first of all, of course, just to be safe. And now what I'm going to do is try to, you know, trigger it by running. So he'll come up here.
One has fallen.
Drop that down there. Now we got this guy. We have 1 more to take out. And the last guy is simple. He doesn't turn around, so we can just drop down, take him out. And that is it for the Sumi. So basically, after that part, you are clear to go and come up here to activate this switch or this lever. Now be careful not to get hit by that falling debris, but after we open this up, by raising the crate all the way up to the top, make sure you go all the way to the top. Otherwise, you may not make it in time. Dropping down here, we will get our item that we need. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, we also unlocked Path of Might, which I will be showing off in the next video. But I think that's going to end it for this video. We're going to have a little bit of a ways to do. We're also going to have to retrieve the keys without using any items, and also get the needles without being detected. So that's going to be a fair challenge. We also have 1 scroll. Not only that, we're going to have to get a lot more points. So what I'm going to do is stock up on some ammo, some supplies, and we will continue to the right. So in the next video, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can save Dosan. I'll see you next time.